Hi, I'm Charmaine Yost, Senior Fellow here at American Values Action. We're now headed into the home stretch of this really remarkable election. A lot of people are asking us about the state of the race. You know, the mainstream media would like you to believe that Hillary Clinton is running away with this election, but the truth of the matter is it isn't over until it's over, and polling is not the same thing as voting. We are seeing some polls that are showing Donald Trump ahead, whereas there are some other polls that are showing Hillary Clinton winning it. So the difference is that how you put the poll together and how you ask the questions makes all the difference in the world. We're calling this weaponized polling. We're seeing in this election, like we've never seen before, the polling being used to try to shape public opinion rather than to reflect it. So don't be distracted by what the polls are saying and stay focused on the fact that it's really important to actually vote. Another point that seems to be getting lost in the controversies around this election is that in any presidential election, you're voting for an entire administration, not just between two candidates. The next president who comes into office will get to appoint over 3,000 political appointees serving all throughout the government. My first job in Washington, D.C. was working for Ronald Reagan in presidential personnel, and I learned from him that personnel is policy. The next president who comes into office is going to appoint over 3,000 people in their administration. You're not just voting for president, you're voting for an entire executive administrative branch, and so you have to look at the people who have around him. You're not just voting for Donald Trump, you're also voting for Mike Pence, you're voting for Ben Carson, you're voting for all of the people who are going to make a difference, who are going to bring change to Washington, D.C. So it's essential to remember that when you vote, you'll be voting for more than just between two candidates. You're also voting for the Supreme Court, you're voting for the Secretary of Health and Human Services, even the Secretary of Defense. So it's a very, very consequential election that's coming up. I hope you'll remember that it isn't over until it's over and that polling is not the same thing as voting. So please do remember to vote on November 8th.